Boys, it's the three of us.
We back, baby. I'm back.
We back. Dan, what did you learn on your honeymoon?
I'm glad you asked. We didn't even know we were going to go over this. I have a couple of things that I learned on my honeymoon, and mostly about St. Lucia. First of all, honeymoons are amazing. We went at the perfect time. We went 1 week after the wedding. Spend a week off your phones, people. It's life-changing. It was amazing to like barely be on our phones the entire time. It was truly great, except for when we got messages from the two of you. It was wonderful. Last week. We appreciate the love. That was tremendous. Couple things about St. Lucia. First of all, they think that the majority of Americans that visit there are from Texas. That was like one of the first questions we got asked, like, where are you guys from? And like, we answer United States. We're not assuming they think we're from United States. And we said, oh, United States. They're like, oh, yeah, where? We're from Texas. We're like, no. And listen, we've got friends in Texas, love them, but like there were surprisingly a lot of amount of people from Texas there with the accents coming out thick. Just a closer flight from the South. I don't know, but it was like, yo, United States is more than Texas. Please appreciate everybody else. The driving there is insane. It's absolutely insane. You boys used to live at Crane Village Apartments. Shout out, right? In Green Tree. That hill that goes down to 19. Okay. Imagine going down that hill with the gas on, not pumping your brake. This is how these people drive. And they pass each other. There's like no laws, no speed limits, no laws, passing constantly. It's life-threatening every time you're in a vehicle. It is wild, absolutely wild. The fruit down there is amazing. You'll never have another mango. I'll never have another mango like that in my entire life. Picking it right off the tree. It's like a different fruit. The pineapple down there is crazy. It's crazy good. Our fruit here sucks, ladies and gentlemen. It sucks. Maybe Florida oranges is our only advantage. Everything else is trash. Two other things. One, it was weird seeing for the first time. I haven't traveled internationally in a long time, especially since the start of the pandemic. It was weird being in another country, seeing people wearing masks and like having ads on like billboards up with like 2 beer bottles with like masks on them. It's like, drink responsibly and mask up when going out. It's like, this thing is everywhere, but it took a whole new level when you see people in another country and these same like weird ads that we get here, like masking up and everything. It was just crazy thinking we're so far away. And it's like, yep, same thing here. They got the same rules here. So that was weird. The last thing, and this is, I actually want to like ask you guys about this. We weren't going to plan to make a topic of this, but now I'm hijacking this show since I was off last week. Before I give my response, you guys have both been on honeymoons. What are your thoughts on like making friends with other couples while on your honeymoon? I'm curious if you did that at all, or if you were like avoided that and how that worked for the two of you.
I did not do that.
I am
just by normal circumstance, or purposely you avoided that.
I think it like just never happened. I feel like we were on the go doing so many different things every day. And also where the resort we stayed at in Hawaii was humongous. So it was just like you didn't bump into the same people more than once. So that probably those factors.
I am against that. It is something I avoid so hard. And I'm an outgoing person. I like people. But no, there are some people who are looking for other people to hang out with. And I'm like, I'm not your guy. We're not doing this.
Yeah, nope. It threw us off a lot. We went to 2 different resorts. The first one was pretty low-key small, like 12 villas. You don't really run into people. The second one was like being on a cruise ship where you run into the same people often. And you're right. Like we were like, we're not there to make friends and have, I'm social too. I love doing that. Not last week. Me and my wife. That's it. That's all we need. Private dinners for 2 and everything. There are people out looking for you. And we got targeted a number of times. And I was like, we can't be assholes, but we can talk a little bit. There was this one couple and they turned out to be great, but they like freaking like were looking at us and hunted us down. And it became to the point where we saw them constantly throughout the day. And we like almost couldn't avoid them, or would have been really obvious. We saw them so often. We saw them at dinner. We saw them walking around, saw them in the pool. We could kind of avoid them a little bit there. Then they're in the airport the same time as us, leaving the same day as us in the airport at the same time. Then they're on the same flight as us. And then they sit exactly the row right behind us. The exact 2 seats right behind us. Like, how is this happening? We can't avoid these people. They were lovely people from Tennessee, but we were just like, maybe another week, but honeymoon, we're just not out to make friends.
I hope you told them to listen to the Brunch Breakdown podcast.
Yeah, that's why I'm safe saying this, because I'm like, oh, hopefully they're not in the listener base, but that's everything I learned in my head.
So one quick Google search for swingers in St. Lucia, and a lot of things come up. Just
dude, that's
letting
so weird
you know
you said that.
right now. There are Reddit threads to get dedicated to this. There are TripAdvisor reviews on sandals resorts in St. Lucia, and it's like, beware of swingers. There's way more than I thought. There's a lot written about this. St. Lucia and swingers clubs. Dude, there's a wow. Okay.
That crossed my mind a lot because of how frequently it was happening. And I was like, is that where we go? I guess why we try to avoid some of these people, because it was like felt targeted. And now wow. Cannot wait to share this with my wife and dive into this later, because it did cross my mind a lot.
One time, Dee and I went to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and we thought we met really cool people. And then they ended up like playing us for like an hour, and then they wanted to talk about Jesus. And like ever since that moment, I was like, I don't trust anybody on vacation other than the people I'm going with. And I think that's a good policy for everybody to have. You're not going to, what are the chances that this person turns into like a pen pal? You know, it's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. You'll be Facebook friends with them and then like never interact with each other ever again. You're just like, why am I friends with these people looking at pictures as they have their families and we'll never see them again? What is the point of this? So,
exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, welcome to the Brunch Breakdown, sponsored by Swingers of St. Lucia. It's Dee out here in Los Angeles. Chris is in Pittsburgh. Dan is in Pittsburgh as well. And today on the show, we're going to try to get to a lot of things, because we just talked about his honeymoon for way longer than I thought we would. So we're going to talk about that. We've got a Disneyland proposal that went completely wrong. We're going to do some burger talk. We've got a brunch court taste test that Dan's going to do, because Dan loves doing these and we love that Dan does them. Wendy's is the strawberry frosty. We've got a hot wing milkshake and what we're listening to. So we got a lot to get to today. Dan, and let everybody know where they can find the Brunch Breakdown.
Well, because we got a lot to get to today, and I hijacked the first 10 minutes of this episode everywhere. You can find the Brunch Breakdown anywhere you listen to podcasts. Simply search for the Brunch Breakdown. New episodes every Wednesday. Hit follow, hit subscribe. Full videos on YouTube and Facebook, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Also every Wednesday on demand, whenever you want those. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, TikTok, at Brunch Breakdown. Sounds of Brunch playlist every Friday on Spotify. There you go.
Beautiful. All right. Well, Chris, get us started. What are you drinking? It is Brews Day. Let's go.
We should just skip me for...
No, we can't, because after last week, we can't.
I'm drinking the Lake Erie of vacation beers. Corona Premier. On to Dan.
Chris is going on it's like going on a trip. You think your family's going to Myrtle Beach like they do every single year, and then all of a sudden they just keep going. You're like, where are we going? They go to the Outer Banks.
Every week I want a different like analogy on what drinking this beer is like. That's going to be the new fun game we play with Chris's beers until I get back into some legitimate stuff.
I love that.
I love it.
That.
All right. Well, I've got a beer that I haven't tried yet, so I'm excited about this one. It is called She Shot First Tropical Hazy IPA. It is from Bottle Logic Brewing in Anaheim, California, and it's got a cool can, cool girl on the front. She's
Cool.
got something. I don't know what she's doing, but yeah, who knows? Her name's Eve. She's got something in her hand. Let's check this bad boy out.
Tropical hazy.
Tropical hazy. So we're going.
Love it.
Oh yeah, tropical ale with pineapple, because of course.
Naturally.
How do you have an IPA without pineapple? Let's be serious, guys. With pineapple and passion fruit. You know, I love my passion fruit as well. And it pairs well with the chicken sandwich, it says. So glad I'm wasting this on you guys.
Pineapple for Dee is like marshmallow for Dan.
Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can really taste the passion fruit, because usually it's like pineapple, but never with passion fruit. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. I'm a big fan. 6.4. Yeah, big fan. Let's go.
Nice. I love that flavor combo.
I know. I do too. This is really good. So sweet.
Okay.
Bottle Logic Brewing. Shouts to you guys.
Well, a couple of things for Brews Day for me. I'm coming off a bit of a bender, as you can imagine. A lot of frozen bevies by the pool, at the beach. A lot of alcohol, a lot of champagne, a lot of complimentary champagne, which was a bit more than expected, for many days in a row, 8 days to be exact. And so the body needs a little bit of a break. I don't usually like to do this on Brews Day, but we're literally just days off of this and giving the body a break. However, I heard that there was like 10% beer going on, not a 10% ABV, but like 10% of beer happening last week on behalf of Chris on Brews Day. So I figured we got to go heavy here. We got to go heavy. What can I do to bring it to the table? And I figured, why not go liquor? And this is straight from St. Lucia, boys. This is Bounty Rum. This is the #1 selling rum in St. Lucia. St. Lucia, known for their rum. We got to take a tour of the facility. It's a very interesting process that they use. They actually aged a lot of their rums in Jack Daniel's barrels. They get them from Jack Daniel's. A lot of places do that, but it was fascinating to hear that from an international standpoint that they brew. So this is Bounty Premium Gold rum from St. Lucia. And I mean, it can't get any better than this tagline: our island, our bounty. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that? To give you a little taster here, notes of warm butterscotch, dried fruit aromas, rich raisin fruit, and a hint of toasted vanilla bean is you're getting, and the #1 selling rum directly from St. Lucia. So I had to go heavy. I had to go rum, special rum Brews Day on behalf of my good people of St. Lucia. So
Dan, why don't you take just a quick swig there for us?
Take a shot. Let's go.
No. I will say this. We toured this facility and they make probably in the neighborhood of 25 different rums. And they let us taste as many of them as often as many times as we wanted.
Uh-oh.
They're like, here are the tasting cups, you know, like the little tasting cups like this. They're like, there's the cups. They didn't even pour it for us. They just had bottles sitting on the counter lined up and you just go for it. And I highly recommend it.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Wow.
Highly recommend. Worth
100% here for that. And that just makes me think of pina coladas. That's all it makes me think of.
Over under 8.5 pina coladas for me. And that probably wasn't even the highest drink total. There were some other, you'll love the interesting twists some of these places have on signature cocktails, the different names. They had a Caribbean mule, which makes a Moscow mule look like dirt water. I mean, it's unbelievable. Some of the stuff they were doing down there. So magical time, magical place.
Amazing. Well, boys, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. You also need to be here all over the microphone. Oh God. All right. Well, Dan, get it off your chest. What's up, man?
All right, I'm gonna try to do this quickly. The trip was amazing, so there's not a lot to get off my chest over the past 2 weeks, right? Perfect wedding, perfect honeymoon, except our trip home, whatever spell you guys put on us last week, the trip home was a complete and absolute nightmare. We were in the St. Lucia airport. We were supposed to leave at 3:45 in the afternoon on Sunday, stop in Charlotte, get back into Pittsburgh right around midnight. We get the flight into St. Lucia on the plane we were taking was delayed. So we were already cutting it close. Then we get on board, mechanical issue, reset some breakers, delayed a little bit longer. So instead of taking off at 3:45, we take off at 5:15. Now we're going to have about an hour and 15 minutes to get into Charlotte, clear customs and immigration, recheck our bags, get back through security, and get to our connecting flight to Pittsburgh. It's going to be cutting it close. We're in the air for maybe 30 minutes. And the captain comes on board and says, "Oh, we've reached our altitude here, and we're on our way to our new destination, and that's Miami." And we're like, "Miami? What joke is this guy playing? We're going to Charlotte." Turns out the Miami Customs Office refused to stay. The Charlotte Customs Office refused to stay open for our flight because it was running behind. So we had to fly into Miami, clear customs and immigration in Miami, check our bags again, go through security again, and then get back on the same plane and then fly to Charlotte. All because the Charlotte customs people wouldn't stay there for an extra 30 minutes per the request of the airline, and they refused. I love the Charlotte airport. It's honestly one of my favorite airports in the country. I've been through there a number of times. I love the city. The people are great. That's some complete bullshit that completely wrecked our day, completely having to go through Miami. We didn't get into Charlotte until 1:15 in the morning. They had to put us up in a hotel. Thankfully, they paid for it, paid for transportation, got 2 meal vouchers. We got 4.5 hours of sleep, had to get back to the airport, took the first flight out of Charlotte to Pittsburgh in the morning, had to miss a half day work, burn some more PTO. And it was just absolutely a nightmare thanks to the lovely customs people at the Charlotte airport. So a big F you to all you folks. Cheers.
That's insane. I feel like all I'm hearing nowadays is how nightmarish air travel is. Cause I'm like, especially if you're going out of the country, somebody I work with, her husband tested positives, I think. So now they can't come back until they do a protocol thing. And then also there are fewer flights available because of staff shortages and shit.
Yep.
It just, everything about flying right now sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, that's because a friend of ours, they were stuck in, I think, Mexico or something like that because they tested positive, but no one else on the party. They went with 3 other people. None of them tested positive for COVID. So they just had to stay in that hotel for 5 days, kept testing positive until they didn't. Yeah. And it's you have to pay for that. It's not like the hotel is paying for that. It's not like the government's paying for that. It's you got to pay for the fact that you got to add it's another $1,000 or maybe more onto wherever wherever you are. So that's freaking sucks.
We got insurance for that. It actually wasn't that expensive, all things considered, but it was they'll keep you there for up to 2 weeks if you needed to. They'll keep you in the hotel so you wouldn't have to add. So I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bummed that we tested negative on the way out the door. I'm I got my computer. I can work from home, and I got that private pool for us right there. And we'll get home. We'll get home in a couple of days. It's fine. So I was a little bummed, but I know. But things like that and the staffing shortages at these airports just 30 minutes. They needed to stay open for 30 minutes. And we were purposely flying into Charlotte because we didn't want to go through Miami customs because it's a complete nightmare and probably the worst one on the planet. But I guess they took us. So whatever. Other than that, it was amazing.
Well, speaking of staffing shortages, I am going to go next. So I had to get this off my chest. I was at Starbucks a couple days ago, and because I had no internet at my house, so I was like writing my stuff for Hollywire like at Starbucks. And this lady goes off at Starbucks because she's waiting too long for her stuff. Starbucks, there's a lot of people in there, right? There's a lot of people. I don't know how long this lady waited, but not enough for her to like lose her mind. Just starts yelling. She's like, I'm in a hurry. I have to get to this meeting. This is insane. I come here every day. She's like flipping out, right? And all I could think about in my head was how easy it is to just slightly ruin someone's day if you work for Starbucks. So let's say this lady was like, I don't know, she's lactose intolerant or something like that. Do you know how easy it is to just put a little bit of milk in somebody's drink at Starbucks? You take the drink, you walk out the door. Because usually when I go to Starbucks, I get my drink off the thing, I walk out the door, and I don't even drink it until like I start driving. So like I'm already out the door. And when it comes to stuff like that, like if you're like lactose intolerant, you're not going to die. You're just going to like shit yourself. And like, so it's like, you don't know if it's because the burrito you ate last night, or it's because the guy at Starbucks put milk in your drink. And I could just think about how like this person who was like rolling their eyes and like being like the nicest person, like people are at Starbucks or any fast food place like that. Like he just had to be like, yeah, I'm going to put a little bit in your drink and just call it a day. Cause all I could think about was like, be nice to the people at Starbucks. I've never thought about it at Starbucks specifically. I've only thought about it at like McDonald's because like, you know, or something like that. Cause people like spit on your burger or something like that. You don't know, but like somebody could really fuck up your day if you're mean at Starbucks or any coffee place. Just throw a little dash of that thing that makes you sick every time. Yeah. You thought you had soy. No, you don't.
Yeah. Flashback to Mrs. Doubtfire and Stu, you know, got that jambalaya without the pepper and hot jambalaya, and then all of a sudden you mid-death and Mrs. Doubtfire got to come save the day. I mean, just be careful out there, people.
Yes, be careful, be nice.
I'm so glad we worked in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Me too.
Reference back into Dan's first episode back. That's classic Dan.
Classic.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
Boys, I'm going to go on the positive here for this segment and talk about the idea of being persistent. I don't know what led me to like reflect on the three of us and where we are right now as compared to where we were like a decade ago. I think it's because like Dan got married, he's on his, you know, honeymoon, and like just thinking about like, you know, your friends and where they are now. And like, I feel like we're all in really good spots. Right. And I was just thinking back to like the path, because if I ever go to my Facebook memories, I see so many posts about like sleeping on couches, like, you know, doing different shit. But like some of the things I see are how unbelievably persistent we have been over the years to like do the things that we want to do, right? Constantly like creating things that we enjoy and publishing them and putting them out there and sharing them with people. And like thinking about like, obviously this podcast is one of them. Thinking about like, I feel like anything that I've done, it's happened because I've been like persistent about whatever I needed to do to make it happen. Like Dan with Skunk 11, like we got on Warped Tour just because we were the most persistent band
right
on the planet. Right.
Yeah.
Like Dee Dee, we had a website, a blog that we turned into like a radio show, right? Like that. And that was just because like we wouldn't stop talking to the people that we wanted to give us the opportunity. When I first got into radio, it's because I just like kept showing up to the place and they like finally let me do radio show. I don't know. Like, I think like that idea of being persistent and obviously doing it in a tactful, appropriate way, but like being persistent about the things that you do. I really think that there are very few things that you cannot achieve as long as you are committed to being persistent about it and not necessarily taking no for an answer and continuing to ask questions, talk to the right people, put yourself out there in a positive light. Like I really feel, especially in this age with social media, how you have access to so many people so quickly. Like I feel like there's very few things that you cannot do. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. Been in a little bit of a reflective mood lately, and that dawned on me the other day.
Dan's wedding brought that out of me too, by the way. Like I was like really reflecting,
finally,
like hard. Like I think I was just, it's so weird. It was just like at your wedding, it was funny just to like be around certain people again, even though there were a lot of people there that like I had seen a couple times over the last month or whatever, but it was just like, you know, I don't know, being able to like see certain people and talk to them because you hadn't seen them for 2 years. You kind of take these things for granted that you're going to see each other. Like, I'm going to see them at least once a year. I'll be back. And then the 2 years goes by, you don't see anyone. So just kind of, it was a lot of reflection and like where we are now, where we were then, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Well, I'm glad we could provide the event that initiated those thoughts, boys. And that's well said there, Chris. Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. Because sometimes it's like Facebook's like, you have 3 memories today with Chris and Didi. I'm like, no, I don't want to see those. I know what those are from 12 years ago.
But the crazy thing
reminded
is,
of that, but thank you.
Yeah, the crazy thing is like a lot of them are just like us like posting links about things that we were really into. Like the three of us have just created shit constantly over the past decade. We've just like created a lot of stuff and kept putting it out there. And look, now we have the nation's only cross-country pop culture and brunch themed podcast.
That's right
Here,
dude. The Facebook memories are also funny because they remind you of the people you had crushes on at certain points, and like these things, you're like, who am I talking about there? And then you're like, oh, 2010. Oh, I know who I'm talking about. Yikes. Yeah, or whatever, stuff like that. But it always is like, it's fun. But yeah, the memories. Oh, memories. All right, well, let's get into the main course, boys. We ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So there was a proposal at Disneyland Paris that did not go so well. This couple, all right, for people who haven't seen this amazing video, this guy gets down on one knee. They step up on this stage. He gets down on one knee, and then a Mouseketeer comes through and freaking grabs the ring, walks right down the steps, and like he's done this. He looked like he's done this like 20 times. Like he literally waves him down, says, your proposal will look just as good right here. It'll look just as good right here, because apparently you're not like, there was a stage that was set up for something else. It was not a stage that was like supposed to have people on it. It was for a performance, and those people just like went up there and went to propose. And so I got to ask you guys, who's in the wrong here? The Mouseketeer at Disneyland or the couple who got on the stage? Who's in the wrong?
I think it's the Mouseketeer. Like, I'm sure he's doing his job. I'm sure that's what he's been told to do. But I see a couple fatal flaws here on Disney's behalf. First of which, like this couple, they looked like very ordinary people. So like, it's not like they were scaling a wall to get up into this place that they weren't supposed to be. It looked like you can just walk up to it. So Disney, if you have a thing that people aren't supposed to stand on, do something about it. Put up a fence, put up a gate, put up a sign. I didn't see any of that. Okay. And number 2, even if there was all that stuff, you do not touch the ring. Okay. Because that shit is expensive and it should not be handled by anybody other than the 2 people involved.
That was my biggest problem, is the manner in which he interrupted this proposal. The guy's on a knee, and this guy has a beeline straight for the narrow space between this couple, grabs that ring. You're right, Didi. Or what do you said? That it's like he's done this before, or almost like he was waiting in the wings. Like, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Yep. This is my time. Like, there's the ring. Like, he was waiting for the ring, and like, wait for the moment to be over. Right. That's a very brief moment. The actual proposal let the guy get up, put the ring on the finger, and then politely ask them, please move off the stage. We need you to clear the stage. The manner in which he did it and just did not care whatsoever. My friend, that omen should follow you around forever like a dark cloud, and you will die alone for what you did to ruin those people's day. I hope you do, Mouseketeer, because that was straight trash.
Yeah, I thought, because at first I thought, all right, so how these people get up there? But then it just made me think, like, these people are normal. It's not like they're influencers. There was no like YouTube video that came out after this or something like that. So they just saw the stage was there, and he was like, well, he obviously knew he was gonna propose at Disneyland. I bet he didn't know he was gonna propose on this stage. He saw it and was like, I'm going to do it. So they obviously had no one standing there. Because if one person is standing there, I don't care how big or small that man or woman is, like no one's going to go to the stage, go past this gate, and no one's going to do it. So this guy comes out there, and I just thought it was a lot. Like, you got to have a lot of balls to grab someone's ring. I just in my head, like, who loves their job that much? Do you love your job that much? I don't love any job I do that much. To like go grab someone's, I don't know, man. Like, I listen, I don't want to diss anyone who works for any amusement park. All I'm saying is, if you love your job that much, you should quit.
Yeah, for it to be claimed as the happiest place on earth, and you not to think in your head for 1 second, like, maybe this is a circumstance where I wait just a minute before I be a complete dickhead and go up there. I don't know how the guy didn't just, because the guy that was proposing was twice the size of this mouse, and he could have just wailed or grabbed. I mean, to hold your composure like that, we don't know how it ended. I guess it could have got a lot worse after the video was over. But holy cow, to ruin that moment is just, I don't know how you can be that dedicated that you have zero emotion in a place like Disneyland. Like, how did you get hired there, my friend?
He's lucky this happened at Disneyland Paris and not Disney World or Disneyland over here, because I have a feeling that if somebody from, I don't know, random state, Texas, whatever, travels to Disney World to propose and you grab the ring, it might get real ugly. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like, the story would be completely different. It would be like Disney worker gets pummeled on stage at Disney World, like, for grabbing man's ring. Like,
right,
oof.
yeah.
Oof.
Beauty and the Beast, the brawl at Disney World. Like,
dude. Sheesh. Oh God. But yeah, could you imagine that? We've all proposed. Could you imagine someone just coming up?
No, like, literally no. I don't know how I would react. I'm not as calm as that guy did.
No. It probably would have gotten physical for me.
Chris, didn't you do yours during a marathon? What if one of the marathon runners ran by?
You think they're stealing it?
They just grabbed
right? You think they're stealing it? That's your instinct, is to go run after this person. But instead, down the steps.
Exactly. I did not, for the record, I did not plan. I did not know there was a race that day. It just so happened to be there, and I almost totally screwed up my plan. But
you mean you didn't jump the fence that they had there too, and you went up on stage?
Right. Exactly. So no, there would have at least been some not safe for work words exchanged with that person until I got the ring back.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm just thinking now of a marathon runner just coming by and grabbing your ring.
Then you got to run a marathon to get it back.
Yeah, right.
I haven't trained for this.
How has this not been in a movie yet? I mean, come on.
Oh God, that's the movie we got to write. That's it right there. That's what we got to write. All righty. Well, Chris, it's time to throw up a graphic, sir. Throw it up there because I want to know, you got 4 toppings. What are you putting on your burger? Because it is now summertime. You get 4 toppings on your burger. What are you throwing on there? When I first saw this, I thought to myself, 4 toppings is a lot. This isn't hard. Then I started thinking about what I want on my burger, and I was like, damn it, this is hard.
The first thing I'm throwing over this burger in particular is a trash bag because this looks disgusting. This looks like something from elementary school.
Why do you do this all the time? Why do you do this all the time?
Why do they do this? Give me a good looking burger that actually was on the grill. This has clearly not been on the grill. This is a pan fried burger, which is a bunch of garbage. Give me something to really look forward to. The bun looks good. Looks like a Kaiser roll.
Dan's out. Dan's out.
Every time we put something with food up there, you judge the cook of the food. Oh, well, that steak looks too well for me.
Look at this.
I don't know.
It's trash. This is from Cisco Systems. Like,
that's fine. You don't get to pick your 4 toppings.
God.
My 4 were easy, by the way.
Go, Dan. Go.
Yeah, easy. Pepper jack cheese, lettuce, bacon, and chipotle mayo. That's the burger. I'm
here for that.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Yeah. I went elevated with the chipotle mayo. I thought that would take it to another level there.
Right.
But yeah, pepper jack cheese, lettuce, bacon, chipotle mayo for me.
Chris.
Interesting. So I have bacon, I have lettuce, I have cheese. I think pepper jack crossed my mind.
Oh man, that's a great shirt.
Pepper jack crossed my mind.
Oh, we would sell so many of those shirts. Pepper jack crossed my mind.
That adds to another shirt from this podcast is make love, not friends. I'm here to make love, not friends. St. Lucia, 2022.
Yeah. I don't know. There's because I'm like, obviously like the summer grilling mood. And like, there is just something about just like your straight up American cheese on a burger though, you know? So I think mine just looks like a pretty standard bacon cheeseburger. When I went through this process, I thought like, yeah, mine's gonna be the shit. And then it just turned out to be like what everybody else wants to eat, which is fine. That's why it's popular, right? It's like, why is it cliche? Well, it's probably started because it was true. And then it became a cliche. So I have American cheese, I have bacon, I have lettuce, and then I'm probably putting some Heinz ketchup on it as my 4th.
Okay.
It's a pretty standard setup.
Yeah.
So this is very difficult for me. Because I have like 8 toppings and I didn't realize that's how much I put on a burger. So pepper jack, cheese, ketchup.
Crossed your mind.
Pepper jack crossed my mind too. And I put it on the burger. Pepper jack, ketchup, mustard. And this is where it gets tricky. It's like relish or pickles. I know they're the same thing, but it's different. So, but yeah, pickles I put there, and that's how I'll end it. Even though I wanted to add bacon and jalapenos, and I like lettuce on my burgers too, and I like tomatoes. So it's difficult, man. I was like, this is hard as shit. Because when you first sent this, I literally thought like this was dumb. I was like 4 toppings. What?
Yeah, 4's a lot.
But I was like, 4's a lot. But then I forgot you got to count everything. Lettuce and tomato don't count in my mind, but like,
yeah,
they do count.
It's interesting you took those off because like the only thing that has any sort of like real substance for you is then just the pickles.
Yeah.
Right. Everything else is just kind of sauces and a cheese.
Yeah.
So you don't have it's not a double decker.
No.
There you're going for those sauces and cheeses to give you that flavor.
Yeah, I'm banking on this burger being very good though. So that's
to not like the one in the picture.
God, I need this burger to be good. But yeah, this was very difficult for me. I just didn't know what to do. But lettuce, tomato, bacon all took the back seat.
I hate myself for not using pickles, but I just couldn't make it fit.
And like for me, and the reason I went Chipotle mayo. I know a lot of people. You guys both went cheese and ketchup. I'm a weirdo. There's a shirt. I don't like ketchup on a cheeseburger. I'll take ketchup on a burger if it doesn't have cheese on it, but if it has cheese on it, it's got to be one or the other. It's ketchup or cheese. I'm weird, and I don't like doing both like that.
Why?
So it was like one or the other. I don't know. I just don't like how they taste together, I think. And it was probably like ruined early on in my childhood. I had like some shit fast food burger that probably looked exactly like this.
Oh my God, Dan,
like
we get it. Okay.
I didn't like how they went together.
Jesus
I could,
Christ.
so that's why when I go cheese, that's why I went with the Chipotle mayo.
The burger's
Elevate
gone.
the game a little.
The burger's
Thank
gone.
God. The burger's gone.
Pepper Jack crossed my mind.
Jesus. All right. Well, Dan, you have a taste test. What are we taste testing today on the brunch breakdown in Brunch Court?
Make it the rum. Make it the rum.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Rum. Jenkins would be so mad if you take a shot of that right now.
So mad. Yeah, so mad. So this is something I've actually been looking forward to. This was on Brunch Court not that many weeks ago and finally saw it at the store. So luckily, I don't think we're in for any squeamish, weird flavored Pop-Tarts or Twizzlers or anything like that. So the entertainment value might not be as high as it once was, but I think you'll both be a little jealous about this. We have the Old Bay seasoned Goldfish, boys.
Okay.
Let's go.
Old Bay seasoned Goldfish. These are a limited time. They've got that seal on there, so you know it's the real deal. That Goldfish sticker. And if I remember correctly,
are there
these
fake
are not
goldfish out there?
Yeah, apparently. Doesn't have that seal. If I remember correctly, these are not supposed to be like cheddar goldfish, which is, I think, what most people eat.
Yeah.
This is like supposed to be like a plain, what they call original goldfish with Old Bay seasoning on them. It certainly looks that way.
I'm nervous.
Smells good.
Okay.
Smells really good. Now, I'm also coming off of a week of eating the most delicious food of my life, fresh seafood and fruit and everything. So this snack is going to be a real change. Riveting
sound
crunches.
of you chewing.
Yeah. Wow. These are great. And Chris, you know, probably more than anybody, we often find ourselves at Deep Creek Lake in the summer, about a 2-hour drive from Pittsburgh in Maryland. And there are always multiple bags of what they call crab chips or Old Bay seasoned chips.
Oh, yeah.
Because, right, especially in Maryland. So I'm a big fan of those, but I'll tell you what, these might be better. They don't have like a ton of Old Bay seasoning on there. It's not like overdone, but it's well done. It's good that it's not a cheddar goldfish. Now I'm just hungry. It's just got the right amount of seasoning. I am stocking up on these. How long do goldfish stay good for?
Probably a long time.
October. There were a lot at the store, and these are limited, people. These are limited. If you like Old Bay, get yourself some Old Bay goldfish crackers, because these are dynamite. This is a perfect summertime snack while you're wishing you were by the Old Bay. 2 thumbs up confirmed from Brunch Court boys. I need to send you guys some of these if you can't find them. These are delightful. Just delightful. That's all I gotta say. They're that good. They're really good.
We eat a lot of goldfish in this house.
Do you?
That's Olivia's one of her favorite snacks. So we might have to get her some Old Bay ones and see what she thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Hopefully she doesn't
it's
like
bold.
them, and then mom and dad can have them.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's bold enough that you can definitely taste it, but it's they're delicious. They're delicious.
It makes sense that they'd be good though, right?
It's like what took so long.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Old Bay's been around, I don't know, forever. Why wouldn't that be? There's a million different flavors of goldfish now. So I'm surprised that it took
like
this long.
S'mores goldfish. Like that's a Teddy Graham, you assholes. Like, give me something that I don't have somewhere else. It is. Chocolate goldfish. That's a Teddy Graham.
You heard it here. My God. All right. One more before we get out of here and before we get the music. Wendy's strawberry Frosty, switching up the Frosty flavors is this the first time that they've done this? Because I know vanilla and the classic Frosty is always chocolate, but like, have they ever made it another flavor?
So yeah, vanilla was a newer flavor from just a couple years ago. So that was like the first time they ever did it. And then I think it was last year, they introduced a limited time birthday cake flavor, which I don't remember this at all, for like Wendy's 50th birthday or the Frosty's 50th birthday. Never a height of it. Never made it to the brunch court. So sorry, didn't exist. But other than that, yeah, this is the only other time.
Well, I know for myself, I'm excited about this because I love all strawberry things, and I love strawberry ice cream, and I love strawberry everything. So I am all in favor for this, and I just need to know why Wendy and Dave didn't get this done faster.
I don't know. I don't know for me yet because Chris is already laughing. Strawberry ice cream is okay for me, just strawberry ice cream. If you got like a Neapolitan thing going on, let's go. But the fact that a Frosty is different, fully admit that the Frosty is different. Will I try it? Certainly. Will I like it? I'm sure it will be fine, but it won't be better than the OG. It won't be better than chocolate. So to your point, Didi, like what took so long? Like the same thing going on here. Like they could be doing so much more. They're like, oh, a strawberry for the kids. Like this isn't 1950. We probably could have been doing this one a while ago and we could be experimenting a little bit more, but it's fine. It's a fine little treat, I'm sure.
I am not a big strawberry ice cream fan either, but to what Dan just said, and Didi said this too, that they, why haven't we done this yet? Wendy's, I feel like, is the fast food restaurant that like doesn't do a ton of crazy shit. And I actually respect that because like we've done enough brunch court mashup shit on this podcast. Like we don't need more. We don't need more of a lot of this stuff. Okay. So like while Taco Bell is putting, I don't know, 17 foods from around the globe into a chalupa, we don't need everybody else to do that. So I appreciate the fact that Wendy's is just like, we have a burger, we have a double, we have a triple, we got chicken, we got nuggets, we got Frosties, and like everybody loves them. Come get them.
We'll just do them better than everybody else. Yeah. All right. That's fair. I mean, counterpoint to that is what Arby's is doing. Arby's has just introduced their first hamburger.
Yeah, the Wagyu beef.
It looks delicious. It looks better than that piece of trash we had up earlier, but it does. It looks good. It looks real good. Here's what I need from Wendy. I need I need a Neapolitan Frosty. I need you to give me chocolate and then vanilla and then strawberry. Give me that. Give me make it a secret menu item. Give me the Frosty Trio, the Neo Frosty. Get Neo to sponsor it. Let's go. Done deal.
God, I hate Neapolitan ice cream so much. I hate it.
Oh,
I hate it. I think it's the worst thing ever invented. I hate it so much. It's like every time you scoop into the ice cream, you get another flavor with the flavor that you actually want, and I just hate it. Can't stand it.
Mashup. It's all about the mashup. We love mashups here on the Brunch Breakdown.
Oh my God. All right. Let's get into what we're listening to this week. Chris, get us started, man. What are you checking out this week, man?
So me and Didi are recorded like 3 days ago, and not a lot of what I'm listening to is different than what we listened to last week. So I'd like to petition that we put our songs on the playlist from last week, this week. And then I'm just going to rattle off a few that I've been listening to for no particular reason. The first of which, a band called Major League. They have not released new music in a few years, but very good pop punk band. Their song Seasons is one that I've been listening to. Really what I'm going to do in today's episode is run through the last 3 songs that I added to my pop punk playlist, and that's one of them. So that's number 1.
Solid. I like it. Dan, what are you listening to?
I'll
make love to you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, music's been a little different for the past week, so I had to dig in the last 24 hours here. My man, Brendan Urie, Panic at the Disco, back with brand new music for the first time since 2018. We've been waiting a long time for new music from him, and I knew this was the year it was coming. I think I predicted this on the Brunchies at the end of last year, that the Panic at the Disco album is coming this year, and it will be fantastic because he's been working on it, perfecting it, and it could be album of the year contender. So new song, a new album is coming, a new tour is coming. The album and the song is called Viva Las Vengeance. And I love it, and I can't wait for more. Panic at the Disco is back.
Yes, I like that song too. Good song. Album comes out in August. So yeah, really excited.
Can't wait.
All right. Post Malone just put out his new album, 12 Karat Toothache, which is a very douchey title. But the album is, if you like Post Malone, you're gonna like the album. There's really no new ground here, but this song is great, and honestly it will make you think that, oh, I've heard this song before. Well, yeah, because it just sounds like a really good Post Malone song. It's called I Cannot Be, in parentheses, a sadder song, and it is just really freaking good. Like, it is a really good song, so check that out.
Nice. My second one is from a band that I had not previously heard of or listened to. They're called Cinematic Sunrise, a song called Pulling a Piano from a Pond. It has alliteration, which I appreciate. That's
Pulling a piano from a pond. Okay.
But why?
Seems like a tough task.
But why?
I'm going to have to listen to find out.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Find out on the next Brunch Breakdown.
Right. I also wanted to go with Post Malone because the album is just amazing. The whole thing. We could put that could be the playlist this week. Didi, you mentioned that song. Other great songs: When I'm Alone, Love Hate Letter to Alcohol with Fleet Foxes, Wrapped Around Your Finger, and then I Like You with Doja Cat. I mean, these are all going to be on the radio at some point. Be playing all summer long. So that whole album, that's basically my second pick.
Just the whole album. The whole album.
Whole album.
All right. For songs that make you feel like summer and you can get it on with your lady to these, CK the First has a song called Love. I don't even know how to say it. Nwati, but the chorus is just, it's like, I love you. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. This song's amazing. I want this song to be so big. It's not going to be, but I want it to be. So putting it on the playlist.
For a second, I thought you were throwing in a CKY, and I'm like, this can't fit. This can't. I was like, whoa. Song of the summer. I get love. What?
Song of the summer in 2006.
Right.
You know what? I'll go a little bit differently here. For my third one, Mike Posner put out a new song called Turn Up. I don't know. Like, do you guys follow Mike Posner at all?
Oh, here and there.
No.
He's kind of an inspirational dude. Like, I would suggest, if like you haven't followed him closely, check out some of his social media accounts. Dude's like, he's walked across the United States. He has climbed Mount Everest. He's done like a lot of crazy shit since you last heard him and when he was making music. and now he's making music again. But like he's got like a good message behind a lot of the content that he's been putting out recently. I think his dad passed away a couple years ago, and he used it as an opportunity to kind of like do some soul searching. And he's a pretty interesting dude, and I appreciate that. So we'll put his new song on for this week.
Hey, would you rather be Justin Guarini or Mike Posner?
Little Sweet. I want to be Little Sweet. That's who I would much rather be. Little Sweet. Dan, you're up, I think. Who's up? Me or Dan? I think Dan. Right?
I'll go. Last one for me. Muse. I know I keep putting Muse on this playlist, but like every song keeps getting better. And their latest song is called Will of the People. Their album also due out in August. And I'll be curious to get your guys' reaction to this song because it's kind of a mashup of anthem songs that you've heard before. The beat of the drum, the lyrics, the way that there's a cadence with it. It sounds like you've heard this song before, but like pieces of it put together, and it's like better. So it's really just Chris, I know you like to listen to Sounds of Brunch when you're lifting weights. This song will be good for you this week. Will of the People by Muse, but it's an anthem banger, and it's it certainly sounds like there's a little bit of sampling, but you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's a great song.
I'm fighting myself between two songs because there's like one song that I think is the worst song of 2022, and then there's one song that I really, really like. Yeah. So Gucci Mane put out a song that's dedicated to his wife, and it is super good. It's called Mrs. Davis. It is friggin' fire. I love this song so much. Now on to the song that is the worst song of 2022.
Let's go.
And it's probably the worst song of 2022, not only because it's bad, but because of the expectations. It's Sway Lee and Diplo. Sway Lee and Diplo. Oh man, this is going to be good. It's called Tupelo Shuffle. It's fucking terrible. It's the worst song of 2022. Oh. I hate it so much. It's from the Elvis soundtrack, from this new Elvis movie that either just came out or is coming out soon. And Doja Cat's put out a couple songs from the soundtrack. They're like really good. So another reason I had expectations that were high. This song is the worst song of 2022. Chris, when you're lifting weights, listen to the Sounds of Brunch, and this song comes on, you're going to drop your weight on your foot. So be ready.
What a roller coaster of emotions with you two, these last couple songs. I don't know whether I should work out tomorrow or not.
I'm telling you, when you turn the Sounds of Brunch on, get on the bike. Like, don't lift when you're on there. I'm telling you. Do so push-ups or something. Yeah, it's bad.
You hear those too, yeah. Bummer.
It's a push-up song.
There you go. Yeah, it's not a heavy lifting song. No, don't even be holding one of the kids with your AirPods in that playing. No, you might drop one of them. I'm serious.
Risky business.
I'm telling you, it's that bad. It's that bad, dude. It's that bad. Like, don't hold your kids to that song. You'll drop them.
Thanks for putting it on the playlist, Didi. Appreciate it.
Well, boys, I'm happy all three of us were back. I hope we can do this again. All three of us are back next week. We shall see.
Let's try.
Yes, we shall. Any final thoughts on the brunch breakdown?
I just want to hear Dan say Lucia.
Saint Lucia. An amazing island.